Hello again. It's Tarot Thursday. Time for more for our free readings. Rummagey's Botanica sponsors these free readings Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. If you don't know, Rummagey's is one of the largest metaphysical shops in the South. Please check out our website, aromags.com. There's a 15% off sale right now. So yeah, we got inspired soul in here. I'm sure a few more people will join us in a minute. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I do spring cleaning in when it gets close to February. So that's what I've been doing in my office. You can't tell, but everything you don't see here is a total mess. Everything is pulled out of the closets, trying to reorganize things, sorting through things. I'm sure I'll start on the house next, but luckily we redid a lot of things in the house this year. It's not that messy. But yeah, I don't like to wait till spring to do spring cleaning. When spring gets here, I want to do other things. Hello, Lynn, Radiance Worldwide, Little BK, Cat, Magic Flies, Inspired Soul. Let me shuffle and pull a card for the energy of the day for everyone. Well, it applies to most everyone. I'm always wondered about these horoscopes. We're all Tauruses. We're going to have a wonderful day today, and money was going to flow in. Yeah. Hey, Jody. So the card for the day is King of Swords. Be in charge of your thoughts today. Be in charge of the things you say to other people. It could influence them more than you know. So I do want to show you something before we get started. Reverend Roy and I last night were working on our individual things for our private practices, both trying to schedule out some classes I've been talking about for a long time. So I want to show you the first class that I have scheduled. It is a Zoom class. I think based on your presence here, you might like it a little bit. So on Saturday, February 10th, via Zoom, I'm doing a class on tarot magic. So, what is tarot magic? Tarot magic is using tarot cards in spell and ritual work. How to use specific cards to focus specific energies. We'll go over the major arcana, the minor arcana, the cards you should pull for specific types of spells. We're going to talk about traditionally how some cards were used in magic. We're going to have some examples. I'll actually do some spells and show you how to do them with tarot cards. We're going to go over lots of things. It's an approximately 2-hour class. The first time I teach a class, I always schedule it 2 hours. It might be 90 minutes, it might be 2 hours. But when I first teach it, I really don't know. I don't have the timing down yet. It is via Zoom, and you can get it on my website. You just go to folkmagicstudio.com/classes. Or if you go to folkmagicstudio.com, there's a link at the top that says classes. It is only $16. And it'll be 2 hours with me in a private room for whoever gets there and gets the class. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time and learn how to use tarot cards for spell work. And then if you go to my classes page, you'll see also in March, I have an Appalachian folk magic class scheduled too. So that's what's going on here. Lots of more people have come in the room. Jazzy and Brandy, Laura. So let's see. Let me see if I can get to the first question. It's Inspired Soul who is in here waiting, who wants a general card. Six of Wands. Swords, not wands. Sure, they both end with a DS. It's about, this card, depending on your situation, can be about moving towards a different way of thinking. A lot of people say this is movement, you're going somewhere. It is movement, but it's movement in the way you perceive things and the way you react to things and the way you look at things. It can be movement away from trouble, um, but you can move away from trouble by looking at things a different way. So, Inspired Soul, it is about a new way of thinking in order to put your life more in order. You got to look at things differently. Let's see. Lynn, a general card. I'm just going to go back and forth between Tarot and Lenormand. Back and forth, back and forth. The general card for Lynn. It's the mice. Something could be. Look at this week for someone trying to either eat away at your finances. Maybe someone's going to ask you for a loan. They want to borrow something. More than likely, if you lend it, you'll never see it again. So this week, just be kind of stingy. Don't loan money. Don't loan objects. Nothing beyond a cup of sugar for the neighbor at the door. Do people do that anymore? Let's see. Who's next? Jody says, would love a card if you get a chance. How will our anniversary trip go next week? Thank you in advance. Temperance, it may not go exactly as you had planned. It doesn't just say it'll go badly. It does say when something doesn't turn out the way you planned it to or want it to, go with the flow. Your reaction will determine whether the trip is good or bad, depending on the way you react to these little mishaps or a little bit of plan didn't work out. Go with the flow. Do something different. If something doesn't work out, do something else that's fun. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Inspired Soul. Radiance Worldwide says happy full moon in Leo, everyone. Wiley Cochran. Can I have a general card? Of course. For anyone who's local, this morning, Nikki Jean is still in town. She's up at Aroma G's right now doing readings in the store. So she'll be there at 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So if you're local, go get a reading from her before she heads back to Chicago. Wiley Cochran wants a general card. Well, you're gonna have some luck this coming week. You're gonna luck out about something. You might have a little. You never know. It could be a little day off that turns out great. A little bit of found money. It could be anything, but it's a good card. Little bit of luck this week. Jazzy B, may I get a card reading today? I want to know if me and my estranged daughter will ever have a relationship again. Someone else asked this question last week. At the moment, ever again is a long word. At the moment, things are still a little too strained. One of you, Five of Swords. Jazzy, I think this is leaning towards you. Do you have a tendency you just need to be right with her? Sometimes when we need to be right, we win our little personal battle, but we lose the war. We drive all the people away from us that we love. So when you do see each other again, as I said previously, go with the flow. No nagging, no needing to be right, just enjoys the other's company. It could be the other way around. This could be her doing that, but someone just always has to get between the two of you, must get their point across to the point where you put another wedge between the two of you. So you just have to determine what's more important, the relationship or being right. So I hope that helped. Brandon Wilbur wants a card on health. Don't forget, everyone, to please subscribe to the Aromagees YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, come over to YouTube. You're missing out on things like super stickers, super chats, being able to be present in the chat room. Come on over, YouTube. Brandy's card on health. It's the stars. This card in Lenormand is about having many, many different options. It's unusual for health cards. I'm going to pull another one to go with it. Instinctually, I would say, let me pull this other one first. It's the clouds. It's like it can go either way. It's strange. Usually when cards come up like this in relation to a specific question like this, it means the universe says, I'm not ready to answer this right now. The stars are about having many options, lots of different choices, lots of different things. And the clouds are, there's a dark side and there's also a silver lining. So both of them are, it's flipping up either way. So ask this question again next week, the end of next week. Don't, this is already the end of this week. Give it a full week for you. Ask this question again. Laura says, hello, Papa G and company, and happy day of Thor. Let's see. Indira Williams. Hi, can you tell me if he is telling the truth, please? Most of the time, if we have to ask this question, we can already tell there's a problem somewhere. Ace of Cups. Maybe he could be telling the truth. It could be you are just a little on the defensive and over emotional right now. But I mean, this is a positive card. I would say about this, he may be telling the truth, and you just kind of maybe expecting him to be lying. So I don't know the whole story. Maybe he's a chronic liar. I don't know. But on this one, I think he may be telling the truth. Little BKNY. What and where should I prioritize my focus on? Work. Doing lots of all the hard work you need to get to where you want to go. This is a work card. It's a harvest card. It's reaping the rewards of everything you've done, but it's all through hard work. So right now you got to focus on your work life. Looks like there's a couple of super stickers in here. I will get to them as we go down the line. Magic flies could use a health card. The doctor called and I tested positive for COVID. Ugh. Stay at home, magic flies. Don't come around us for starters. For a health card. It's the tower. You're gonna have to take it easy. You're gonna have to do what the doctor says, and you're gonna go through a rough patch for a bit. I mean, I think you'll be okay, but hopefully you got a shot before this of the vaccine. Otherwise, it could be a little bit worse for you. But you're gonna go through a little bit of a rough patch, so get ready. Stock up on some healthy food. Eat that healthy stuff. Drink lots. Make sure to hydrate. Get that fluid out. Lady V wants to remind us all at Aroma G's tomorrow. Normally, it would have been last Friday when we had all this snow and ice and all this BS. So we moved it over to this Friday, our free divination share in the store. People get together to do divination together. So it's sort of like like she says, like a mixer. It's like speed dating, except learning tarot or learning oracle cards, or you can bring runes or whatever. If you don't have a tarot deck, we have open decks at Aroma G's, but everyone should from 3:30 to 6:30, I think it is. And you just come, we set up tables and you practice on each other. No one's charging anyone. You're just playing, practicing, learning to use the cards together. Yeah, little BK. Chat, smash the like button. Let others know I'm live and to help the algorithm. Yeah, the little said it. Come on, y'all. If you like what we do in here, help us out by coming to YouTube, liking it, subscribing to the channel, sharing it sometimes. And Laura said smashed. Thank you. Susan Barnes did a super sticker. Sometimes super stickers are just for a thanks, where super chats are meaning chat with me about something. But we're going to pull 3 cards anyway because we appreciate when people do them. I'm going to pull 3 Lenormand. I think the other day I pulled tarot for Susan. 3 Lenormand cards. 3 Lenormand cards with a little bit of advice. The fish. Oh, good. Abundance coming in. I think based on some things we talked about that you're going to be getting some things in order. You got more abundance coming in. Once you set things rolling, you got more luck coming in. And a possible move in your future. Moving to a different location. So money's being taken control of, luck is coming in, and maybe a move. Hopefully that's something you want because it's coming. See, when people do a super sticker or a super chat, it shows up in a color. So if you really want us to, someone said something the other day, it's like, you skipped me. Well, we never said we go in order, and we tried to. Sometimes it's scrolling. We can't get to everyone. Because right now there's 21 people in here. We have 20 minutes to read, which we're almost at, but I'm going to do a few more. But if you definitely want us to answer your question, the thing to do is to get a super chat right over there. $5 level, green, get you 3 cards. If you do it at any level, even the buck, I'll keep reading at the end. And it makes your question come up in a bright color where we definitely see it, and we always go to those and make sure those are answered. So yes, sometimes time is running out and someone bought a super chat, and to get to them because they paid for it, I had to skip over you and get to them before time ran out. So that's how that works. If you just can't live without that question being answered, get a super chat. You can only do it on YouTube. So get off of Facebook, like I say every day, and come over and see us on YouTube. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers. So come and subscribe. We can't wait to hit 5,000. But Susan Barnes says, should I move to Virginia? Sorry, I just saw the question below that. But those 3 cards answered it. Move. It says the last card was about moving. Money, luck, and moving. Jody says, so true about reaction. Let's go. We were talking about would their trip go well? That question. That's true about lots of things. I mean, just in the day, someone can say something or do something, and if you let that control the rest of your day, you've given them all the power. So, if something gets you in a bad mood or you don't like something, don't let it affect you more than 5 minutes. Beyond that, move on because you're letting them control your day. You're not controlling your own day. Victoria, my question is, how will my relationship with my husband be in these couple of days? All right. Well, how's it been the past couple of days? Um, hmm, I mean, it looks like the two of you are going to be talking about planning. Um, there's some sort of something going to go in the future. It's talking about future planning. I don't know if are you talking about reconciliation? Are you talking about divorce? You know, you're planning something. Hopefully, it's something planning something good. That card is not a negative card though. So now we get to cats. Super sticker, super chat, super stickers, super duper. What they got all sorts of supers on here. Man, I have a card for tonight, please. Well, you're gonna get three. Three cards for tonight. Back to Lenormand. What do we got? The letter, the mice, and the dog. The letter is about communication, some sort of communication. It can be an actual letter, it can be an email, it can be a text. There's going to be some sort of um, information in that text, letter, message, whatever that you don't like too much. Could be some gossip, could be something that you weren't expecting that's a little bit negative. And that message comes directly from a friend, which is the dog card. So, a friend is actually going to give you some info you don't like hearing. So, unfortunately, that is how tonight's going to go. So, the rest of the day, sorry, be looking for that text or email. Hopefully, it won't affect this evening for you, whatever it is you have planned. Let's see. I have here. Perfect example. Caitlin did a super. I'm going to have to skip some people because we're running out of time. But Caitlin did a super, and I'm going to pull. She did it at the $1 level, so I'm going to pull two Lenormand cards. Caitlin, do you have a question? Whenever you get a super sticker, super chat, make sure to put your question in with it when you purchase it. It helps out. Helps us where we don't have to scroll. Never done this, so I don't know how to put them at good. But next time, I think there's a text box. Well, that's not, and that comes back to you when you do that. Sent you my last dollar till payday. Would love a card in my relationship, please. Often when we do things like that, it's like it comes back to us energetically. I'm going to pull a couple of cards. What's going on in your relationship? There's been some sort of deception lately. It's either deception or just trouble. Sometimes this card's the other woman, but not always so. But there was something maybe one of you weren't honest with the other one about, or maybe you had an argument or something. But there's still in the future, there's long-term planning. It's there. I don't see a breakup, and there will come a point where you're at a crossroads and there's a decision to be made. So, status of your relationship. Something right now isn't quite right. It'll go right again for a while, but there will come a time when you're like, was this worth it? And one of you will have a decision to make. It could turn out better. But I always tell people the cards are information at the moment you ask the question. Anything could change between now and then. All right, everyone. It is 11:54. I'm going to do one more question since I took up a little bit of time, uh, hawking my class. And let's see. I'll just do the first one I see. Catherine Grunman. Oh, and she did the super sticker, and I chose her right there. See, it was the one I was supposed to choose. Even before she did the sticker, I chose her. I'd like to ask if the offer we made in the house is going to be accepted. Let's see. 3 of the tarot cards. Magic flies. I can't wait for the new classes. Yeah, we're planning lots of classes. A lot of them based on all the books I did. If you'll hold just a moment before we go, I will show you some of those. But let's get to Catherine. Will the offer be accepted? Well, I'm liking these cards. 10 of Pentacles, which is about, you know, commerce, money, abundance. I think it is about the offer. It'll be touch and go for a little bit. It's going to be like we put in all this effort, and now they're just not going to accept it. I don't know what we're going to do. Damn. But then all of a sudden, everything works out. So to me, this leans towards the offer will be accepted. If that's not the case, it means a better house was meant for you. But it does lean towards that. It does lean towards that. All right, everyone. Cool. Catherine said it's been a ride. This is what you're going to go through. It's like, oh, everything's good. And then it's going to be like, oh, this is going to fail. And then all of a sudden everything works out. So what are some of the things I want to teach about? I have got I've taught this class in the past, and we're going to do it again. Hex Appeal. You can actually buy my books on my website, or you can go to Amazon. There's Hex Appeal. Amulets, Charms, and Talismans, written with Catherine Ironwood. Can't wait to teach this one again. The Stranger in the Cup, Tassiography, Reading Tea Leaves. Casting Love Spells. This is a lot of good information. And we get into like ethics and things. Should you do it? If you do it, how you do it. Essential oils and aromatherapy. This one, will I teach on Zoom? I don't know. It could be a pre-recorded class. But I do have 12 books out, and I'm working on another one. And a lot of my classes are based on my books. And then after I do those books, I'm going to be working on some booklets for some of these classes. Reverend Roy's working on a lot of classes. He has local classes for Reiki. Make sure to check out healingamulet.com and look for his Reiki classes. You can find me, folkmagicstudio.com, Roy, healingamulet.com. And I think in a couple months, he'll actually be doing Reiki classes via Zoom as well. So till tomorrow, when Lady M will be here, I'll see you next week. She'll be here tomorrow. Until then, this is G with Aroma G's Botanica. Bye-bye.